Lissy Almeida here from SecondsOut with Mr. David Diamante. How are you today, David? I know this is a really big day for not just for boxing, but especially for women's boxing.
It is, Lissy. Nice to see you. It's great to be here at the Mecca. Just flew in from Milan. We got this huge fight, and I'll tell you what, it's. I've known both of these women for so long. You know, I'm a Brooklyn boy, and so I've known Amanda and her team, Jordan, and her sister Cindy. I've called fights for Cindy. In fact, you know, Amanda, she turned over in '09, and her first world title fight was in 2011 at the Aviator, and I called it. So I've known her, that was 11 years ago. So I've known her and her team for many years. I know how hard she works. I know how dedicated she is to the sport, and I know how talented she is. At the same time, Katie Taylor, I've been very blessed to know her and to call many of her world title fights also, and I mean, she is so dedicated to this game. Both of these women are so amazing. And what's great is, like, yes, okay, it's the first women's fight headlining here at the Garden, and that's great. But this is a great fight. This is a great boxing fight. I have been wanting to see this fight forever. Like, if you had the Super Bowl and you had the best team, which would obviously be the Giants, not the Patriots. She's from Boston, guys. Got to break balls.
No comment.
But I mean, you know, if you had the best team, you would want them. Playing the other best team, not these other. And so it's finally time that these girls are going to meet. It takes a lot of gumption for both of them to put their records on the line, to put their legacies on the line, and to do this. And I'm so happy they're finally getting paid. I love the MVPs involved. I think Jake Paul's done a great job to advocate for fighter pay and to bring shine to the women's ranks. So it's just great. And the fact that I'll be in the center of the ring playing a very small part of this, I'm very honored.
No, that's wonderful. And I know that, like you said, this is not just a momentous occasion for women's boxing, but just for boxing in itself, right? And I think we saw just countless media outlets here today, just, record numbers that we're doing. I have to ask you, do you have a favorite? Obviously, it sounds like you're extremely close with both of these ladies. And, is there someone you want to see or someone you think is going to outshine the other?
Well, it's a great question. And I will say this. First of all, as an announcer, I have to advocate for both sides, so I never pick a side. But this fight, honestly, I believe this is a 50-50 fight.
Wow.
I really believe this is I could easily see Katie winning this, and I can easily see Amanda winning this. They are both really tough. They both have different attributes. They're so different, but yet they're so similar in their will to win. I could see either one winning this fight. I believe it's a 50-50 fight. I believe whoever really shows up and wants it more is going to take this fight. And that's, to me, that's what's so exciting. That's what makes this great. We want to see Spence Crawford. We want to see, there's these fights we want to see. This is one of those fights. We want to see Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. We want to see Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, and it's finally happening Saturday. I believe it's 50-50. I love both women. I think they're both amazing, and they've both done so much for the sport. And I think definitely the fans are going to come out the winners. But it's to me, it's 50-50.
Yeah, definitely, it's a 50-50 fight. So, like you said, regardless of who comes out on top, if it's Amanda or if it's Katie, who do you think is next up from a challenger perspective for the winner of this fight?
Well, I think, depending on how this fight goes, you never know. There could be. I think let's take it one step at a time. Mm-hmm. The women's ranks. There's a lot of women coming up. We see Sky Nicholson on this card. We see French on Cruz Dezern on this card. There's McCaskill's around. There's Alicia Baumgartner. Doing her thing. There's a lot of women right now. Michaela Meyer. There's all these women. There's all these women in the ranks, and I think it's just helping the sport grow. So I think let's get past Saturday and let's let them decide. I think there will be no shortage of opponents, whether they want to maybe go again, depending on how this fight goes, or if they want to go somewhere else.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for taking the time, and looking forward to Saturday, and I'm sure I'll see you there.
Great.
Thank
you
you.
for having me.